How are you doing, guys? Hope you're doing great. I'm doing awesome. I'm super excited that I'm back here again for another interesting YouTube live with your favorite baby girl, Sarah Fidelis. Hello, guys. How was your day today? In short, mine was cozy. Like from I think the rain just stopped probably this evening's 5 or so. Like it's been raining, even if not really heavy rain though, but it's been raining since morning. Like though it didn't really prevent people from not doing the activities you get, but it has been raining and the weather has been kind of cold, but not really cold. But that's one thing I liked about it. It's not really cold, but it's been raining. Like the weather has been cool and calm. The only difference is, you would have expected that all NEPA did not give us lights, but the solar did not really charge very well. But anyways, we still managing what we have. How are you doing, guys? Today I'm back again for another interesting topic. Like I said, it gets more and more interesting every day. Like I've been having fun for the 2 days. Like people have been coming on live to join in on the conversation. And it has been quite interesting because I didn't really expect that, but thankfully this guys keeps coming on my life. And I'm super excited they get to come on live. And hopefully they get to come on my live today because I have a banger. Like I have a very interesting topic today. Like while I was going through, I was like, man, this one is it's more like a battle. It's a battle for both the guys and the ladies, more especially those who are single and even those who are married will probably tell us the experiences. But it's a very interesting topic, and if you join us, please don't forget to tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you are watching from. Hopefully, they start to join on my live so that I can start for the topic of today. I pray the come on live. Where are my people? Where are my people? I'm live right now. Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing? I'm back again today for another special topic. Like I said, I'm just starting, and today's topic. Oh, you're welcome, Joanne Antiposto from Philippines. It's nice to have you. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Hello, Vivek. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Don't forget to click on the like button. Where are you watching from, Vivek? I'm just about to start. Joanne, thank you so much, Joe and Auntie Poster. Vivek, you're watching from India. It's nice to have you. Don't forget to subscribe and click on my like button. And don't forget to join in on the conversation. I promise it's going to be very interesting, very interactive. I promise you that one. How are you doing today? You're watching from India. Thank you for joining in on my live. Joanne, thank you for joining all the way from Philippines. Thank you so much, Vivek. Nebero Friendlander, USA. Wow. Wow. Thank you for joining in. Vivek, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Namaste. I know I like the Indians though. I watched many Indian movies in the past. And I really enjoyed their movies. I like this guy, Shiruka Khan. Um, I've forgotten that other lady's name, but I really like Shiruka Khan because that guy was a hell of an actor. He really knows how to do his thing. So I just feel like one day, hopefully, I get to just go and do a sightseeing in India. Thank you, Joanne and Tisposto. You are so big. Thank you so much. I appreciate. I'm from Nigeria. Yes, I'm from Nigeria. It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have you here. I think there's a third person. Tell me where you're watching from and don't forget to subscribe. Hope you subscribe. I equally have so many other videos that you can go and watch, comment, like. Tell me your opinions and you can equally ask questions. And the topic for today is this. What are some red flags in a man that a lady sees and Nebero Fredlancer. Okay, Nebero Fredlancer. Okay, thank you so much. I'm from Nigeria. I feel like we in Nigeria we have everything. So everything in Nigeria is almost like perfect. So it's nice to have you, Nebero Friedlander. Sorry, I hope I do justice to that name. Thank you so much. As an Ashraf, pretty for an Indian. I'm not Indian actually. I'm not Indian. Okay, that would be fantastic. You will really enjoy yourself if you come around. If you really enjoy yourself, we have so many things for you to come and see. You will really enjoy yourself in Nigeria. There's no point where you see, like my country is a place where, despite the fact that things are happening, but at the end of the day, people just find a way to survive. People just find a way to survive. Okay. So you are okay, you're talking to Vivek. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you're just joining in on my live, don't forget to tell me where you're watching from. Don't forget to click on the like button. I'm equally surprised, like I'm so surprised. I don't get what he's trying to do here right now. But anyways, let's not do that. Let's kickstart the topic for today. As an Ashraf, please let's not do that here. Nebro Friedlander, if you're still here, like I said the topic for today is what are the red flags you see? I don't know if you're guys, if you're male or female, but I know Ashraf is a male. I know Vivek is a male. Nebro Friedlander, by your name, I feel like you're a male. You're male, I guess. If I'm correct, if I'm wrong. Then Joanne Atiposto. I feel like most of you are guys. I feel like not by your name though, but I just feel like most of you are guys. So yes, Nebro John. Okay, John. Okay. As a guy that you are, I guess you're a guy. Okay, you said yes. As a guy that you are, what are the red flags you see in a lady? I don't know if you're married. Probably you can even share more like if you're married. But what are the red flags you see in a lady that immediately tells you, no, no, you can't do with this one. You cannot just be with this one. Probably you are trying to get in a serious relationship with somebody, and eventually you see something. What are the red flags? And for the ladies, I think I'm the only lady here, but anyways, when they come around, they'll definitely join in the conversation. So what are the red flags as a lady you see in a guy, and when you see that, you say it's a no, no. My number is the YouTube channel that you see. Vivek, join in on the conversation. Join in on this conversation, Vivek. Join in on the conversation and tell me what are the red flags you see in a guy, in a lady, sorry, in a lady that makes you say you can't do forever with her. I don't know if you're married, but tell me what are the red flags. Oh, you're married. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so tell me what are the red flags? Probably before you're married. Okay. Dishonest. Can you break that down? Can you break that down so that we'll talk more? Okay. Nebro Friedlandler is saying something. He said that he's actually married, which I like. And he said, if I ever get the sense that a lady was being dishonest with him or anybody about something, especially early in the relationship, then he says he's gonna walk away. He's gonna walk the other way. Now, when you say this honest, sometimes the relationship is starting. So probably I would like you to tell us on some aspect where probably there's something she does, okay, if she likes, can be important things. I get it. Exactly. You see, something that people do not really understand importance of not telling lies. It's not about the in. It's about even as a personal person. Why would you have to lie? So needs information about you, and you know how serious they are to want to get to know you. And the next thing you're lying about this, probably you're lying about work, you're lying about where you're coming from, you're lying about probably your age or things like that, or there's some certain basis of things you're lying about. Now, there's one thing I do as a lady. If at all I don't want to tell you about that, I'll probably tell you for now, I cannot tell you. Do you get? Because we are just starting to know each other. That is how it works. So if you probably are not comfortable, that's fine. Because there are certain information you don't want to give out in an early stage in a relationship. If you agree with me, Nebro, there are certain things in a relationship at an early stage you would not want to give out. So there are men who want to know just to, use that against you or something like that. There are so many things as a lady you shouldn't be just giving it out there in an early relationship. But there are other things you need to let it open for everybody to see. Now, something happened recently to somebody very close to me. She said she met someone for the first time, and why they got to talk, and the guy was like, okay, chat me up, and was like, okay, you have your phone, why not take my number or probably call me, let me give you my number. And he was like, no, my phone is not here, that is somewhere else where it's down, I'm trying to charge it. Then also had to leave, and she had something doing around, and she just came by and she saw the guy with his phone, and she was equally like, wow, seriously? Like, you said you were not with this phone, and all of a sudden you were with this phone. So she was even wondering, why did he have to lie? Like, was it because he wanted her to get the number and send her a message? Like, it's not like it's a big deal for her to send a message to him, but the reality that he was lying, he is lying, like his phone is not here, why his phone was there. So Nebro said something else. He said it's about integrity. For example, again, I started dating. She wanted me to add, my goodness, who still think she was, whoa, that's whoa, that's way crazy, that's too crazy. Like, what? Why would she do that? Like, it, like the boldness in that already, it's a total red flag for me. Because if she can do that, this is means that she's not even ashamed of where she's come. Like, I'm not saying that one cannot change after that, but the fact that she had to make it look like as if the other person is stupid, like, why would somebody even want to do that? Like, how can I, there are so many things that ladies do that really surprises me. It's so dangerous and crazy. Can you imagine? And it then tells you that this one is a full-time lesbian. Like, this is who she is. Probably what she is doing out there is hooking up with people and trying to get a life. Whichever one that suits her right, she's okay and fine. This kind of individuals can never ever get past this stage. Like, they will keep on doing the same thing, repeating the same thing. Like, her lie is not just a primary kind of lie. Her lie is more like, how do I put it, the kind that has graduated. Like, the lie is not ordinary one. It's so huge, because there are kind of things you tell someone. Like, something happened recently. My friend wanted to do something. She wanted to give something to charity, and she was going to tell her male friend to come along with her. So she told me that she told the guy that we contributed to get those things. Yeah, she told me that she told the guy that we contributed to get those things. So when I heard that, I said, okay, that's fine. What I'll do is this. I was like, at first, I said, why do you have to lie? If you can just tell him that, okay, that you got this thing. She said she doesn't want him to know where it's coming from. I said, okay, that's fine. And the next thing I wanted her to do, I then told her, okay, for the lie to look like a truth, I had to go and get something, because my friend told me that she told her male friend that she was going to go and give something to charity, and that she wanted me to come along. And she told the guy that we contributed together to give to charity. And I told her, why do you have to lie? Then she said she wanted him not to know where she got the money from. Then I said, okay, since you have already told a lie, so that I can make the lie look like a truth, I had to go and get something. Like I bought biscuits and added to whatever she was going to give to the charity. And we went along. We actually went to an orphanage home. So I had to go and get biscuits and add to whatever she was going to give so that we'll go together. Now, I didn't just because I was not okay that she lied. Because why do you have to lie? She doesn't want the guy to know where the money is coming from. So I just had to add up and get something, even if I was not prepared. Or I had to go get something so that it would look like it's true based on what she said. And for me, it was okay because she has already done what she wanted. It was on the norms. She had told me, I would have told her, you don't have to lie. Just tell him it's not a big deal. You got something, even if he has to calculate it. You tell him you have saved up. So most times people live in this lie, and for them they think it's okay, which always bring them to problem. Now, I feel you guys do some strange things too. The audacity of some people. No, it's true. So many ladies do some things, and for them, they feel like they can do whatever they want, which is really crazy, right? Because for me, even if she was my female friend, because there was a time I think she came to my workplace and she had to tell the guy, like, I don't understand why you have to add that lie. She told the guy that I was a student and I work here. Like, it's okay that you tell him I work here, and that's all. Like, I've graduated, I'm done with service. So why do you have to tell him that I'm a student? What does it make? What does it help? Like, I don't see why, or the reason why she had to lie. Like, I felt like there's an issue, there's a problem why she lied. Like, I find it so awkward why some ladies will have to lie. Like, for my kind of person, I feel like every other thing, I make it so open. I tell you the truth. There are people who will tell me, okay, what would you see in a guy and feel that, okay, you feel like you cannot go with him and you cannot continue. I used to tell people this. I say, I don't have a specific thing that I can say because there's so many things so many people can do that's so ridiculous. That's so crazy that you will want to leave them or go or not even be in that relationship because so many guys can do so many awkward things and dangerous things that nobody have to tell you. It doesn't have to be on your list or in your head to know that. All you have to do is to see the sign and to walk away. That is what people do not know. So the reality is that so many girls think that they can always eat their cake and have it, which is not always true. Now that's the part of for Nebro friend Lala. I don't know who is here with me. If you have not, tell me where you're watching from. If you're just joining me, tell me where you're watching from. Tell me your name and where you're watching from. I'd like to know. And join in on the conversation. What I'm saying is, what are the red flag as a guy you see in a lady that makes you say it's a no? And as a lady, what are the red flags you see in a guy that you say it's a no? Now, I want to say something. Now, one of the things when this was going online and so many people were giving so many red flags they saw in a guy, and this is coming from a lady, and one of the reasons is this. Now, this particular guy said that eventually if they ever get married and she gives birth through CS, it means women that they cannot give birth to the normal way because of some issues, so it means they have to cut them open. That's the CS. I can't remember the full meaning of CS right now. So but it means they have to cut them open to bring out the baby. So the guy said, if eventually they get married and she gives birth through CS, that for him, he's gonna cheat and he's never gonna touch her. And the lady had to walk away. At first, when I saw that, I was really pleased. I was like, why would a guy ever think about that? Like, your woman gives birth through CS, and for you, do you think it's her fault? Like, it's really crazy how some men think. Some men can think like a devil. Like, how would you sit one day and think that? Like, I never imagined that. Like, I see when people, I don't think that people really ask questions to the point where women that give birth through CS, what are the issues, or is it that they can no longer do what they do before? I know that they used to have pain, but I don't know why he would say if she ever gives birth through CS, he will never marry, and he will never touch her, and he will cheat for the rest of their lives. So just like the way Nebro was saying, the lady who was trying to make him cover up for her roommate so that she would see him as a gay, so that the girl will perceive, okay, my roommate is a lesbian, I can let her stay. Maybe that was the condition they gave her. People say terrible things, and for them, it sounds okay to them. That's why they say most times when you want to talk, you have to think. No wonder the tongue, the teeth, and the lips is positioned the way it is. So that before you leap, the teeth will have to open and your lip will have to open before you say whatever you want to say. Because if my teeth are closed, my lips are locked, I won't be able to talk. Why? Because I need to open them for me to say whatever I want to say. So that's why God made it like that, for we to think, for we to think. So a guy coming out to tell a lady like that. So if you, as a lady, stay back, then you have a big problem. Now, this also like almost close to when a guy tells a woman that if eventually I marry you and you start to add fat, normally as a woman you are married, you give birth, there's always this baby fat they say start to add. But in most cases, people try to watch their weight. So many women watch and so many cannot really, do this stuff. So you just see them getting more fat. Now, in every relationship, they used to tell men this. They used to say, ensure that you are willing to take the changes in your wife from the stage of when you get married to the point where she becomes pregnant, to the point when she gives birth, because she's no longer going to be the same person. Now, so many guys think that the lady I saw out there is still going to be the same lady after she gives birth. It doesn't work like that. If at all you still want her to maintain her perfect body, it means you have to help her go through those stages. And you don't have to make it look like it's a must, it's a do or die. Because the point where the woman is breastfeeding, she has to eat. She has to eat. Else, it will look like the child is taking and she is not feeding. She will be draining. She will be looking more like someone who is suffering. So as a man that is responsible and thinks very well, you should be able to know what you need to do in marriage. Hello, all Sadibawan Edo someone. Oh my goodness, I feel like I murdered that name. Sorry. Thank you for joining on my live. Please tell me where you're watching from. Well, your name sounds like Nigerian. It looks like you're Nigerian. So tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. And don't forget to click on the like button. This is the first time I guess I'm seeing you on my live. So tell me where you're watching from and join in on the conversation. So tell me the red flags you, you see in a guy if you're a lady, the red flag you see in a guy that makes you say no, no. Then if you're a guy, tell me the red flag you see in a lady that makes you say no, no. Did I actually say it correctly? The red flag you see in a guy as a lady that makes you say no, no, and the red flag you see in a lady as a guy that makes you say no, no. So some of the red flags that were mentioned, one of those that joined in on my life. I don't know if you're still here. Also, the Ben one. I don't know if you're still here. Please tell me where you're watching from, or whoever that is joining me. If you're still here, tell me where you're watching from and join in on the conversation. So Nepero started by telling us that he left. Okay. Oh, Nepero, thank you so much. Okay, so I guess you have been hearing what I've been saying. Do you agree with me or disagree? I would like you to just follow up on the conversation, so I'll know that I'm not alone here. So also if you're still here, so tell me where you're watching from. I'm still waiting for you, and don't forget to click on the like button, and don't forget to join in on the conversation. So, like I was saying, so most guys do not understand that it's not just about being in a relationship and settling with that particular lady. It's about ensuring that you know what will happen after the point when she becomes pregnant, because her body will change. Definitely, it will never remain the same. You see, that agile woman you always know will never be like that. Her strength will always go down because she's giving birth. She's bringing forth another, human to this world. And it's not going to be an easy game. So, as a nice and wonderful guy, what do? You ensure you take care of her. You ensure you ensure you let her know what she needs to do, because so many times, if women do not have people that can guide them, they may not know what they can do. So if you have a partner who will take you out to the gym and you do it together, it will be easier for them and you help them ensure you watch their foods with them, and it will be easier for them. But the point where you are making it look like they should do it themselves is going to be really tough, because my kind of person, I used to do this thing on my own. When I feel like I'm getting a little bit um too big, like I just feel like my body somehow, like I'm not comfortable with how I'm looking so heavy, I'll start to watch my weight and watch what I eat. There are times where instead of doing the exercise because of my work, because I can't do the exercise, I rather watch it on my food, and it really helps for me. There are people who cannot do that. I watch my food, and probably some days I do. Um, I eat once a day, drink water, and I'm fine. But some persons cannot do that. There are people who will tell you, no, that's murder, that they cannot do that to eat one day. But it's because I've made it a habit to always do that. So I'm always cautious about my body. So the point where I feel like, okay, I'm adding up, I would go back and start to watch it. That's how it works. There are times where, I feel like, okay, this is the reason you see me. I just do it from work and just try to stroll just so that. And in most times, I use because I like dancing as well. So most times I just do more videos of dance just sometimes to burn fat. And that's what I do, and it's fun because I have learned it and it's helping me a whole lot. So as a guy in a relationship, you must be able to know that, because you're not just getting married to her, you're getting married to the woman she will transform to. You're not just getting married to her. Now, Nebra Friedlander said something. Freelander said he has two kids. Okay, two kids with my wife. Okay, that's nice. I take care of her, not always to the best of my ability, because we are human. We have complications, but I never let her be a single mother. She carried my kids, and I owe her. And that's how a man should think. That's how a responsible man should behave. The fact that the woman, some guy will tell you that's not a big deal, that you know the foresee. As a matter of fact, one of the red flags a lady saw in a guy that made her left. You know what she said? You know what the guy said? There are some ladies during their menstruation, during their menstrual cycle, it's more like hell for them. And this particular guy, he called her and she was like, I'm having pain. And he said, she should try to get up and try and get something doing. Let her not behave like she's the only woman that is going through that. That he knows that his mom and his siblings, are also having such things and they don't behave like that. Now, for him, he feels that what the lady is doing is being stupid, or she's probably cheating, or I don't get what he's thinking. But the fact that you do not understand how women body works, there are women who some can be so bad. There are individuals who sometimes they go for checkup every 3 months. After that 3 months, if they don't go to hospital, the next time it's going to come in the next month, it's going to be hell. There's some woman, like I know somebody then that was very close, my colleague at work that time. Every month for me, it used to be tiring, it used to be stressful for me, because I used to feel for her like it's not funny. The fact that you know that every month you're always on, you're expecting something. I call it my visitor, because my monthly visitor, it's not funny. Menstrual cycle, like every month, there are some months it might come early based on how it ended in the previous month. It might come in the beginning, then in the ending of that same month, and it will still cross over to the next month. Just imagine every month you are always having this thing. It's not going to be fun. It's not easy, because there are some days where you might not. There's some women who have heavy flu that might not go out with something, and all of a sudden they are stained, and you know how that sounds or how that is. And a guy is coming to make it look like the lady is trying to pretend or trying to lie that she's having pain when she's not. So some guys, I don't know how to put it, they need to grow. The point where they grow, I feel like they're going to help themselves, because that's why so many ladies are going to walk away in a relationship with them. When you tell a lady and you think you're the only woman that has ever had menstruation, so just get up and get something doing, because why will you complain of pain when I have a mother and she did not complain? Everybody does not have the same body. That is what they need to know. So as a guy, you need to nurture yourself. You need to grow up to be able to know how to take care of a woman. That's why sometimes I used to be scared or surprised why some women still stay back in a relationship where they are being abused. A man is hitting you, is really doing terrible things to you, and you're still there. And I've seen so many cases, Nebro, so many cases in Nigeria. I don't know. I think probably there are some cases too in the US of what do they call it, domestic violence, where the man is really beating on the woman and the woman too is doing the same thing. And I'm wondering, I'm asking myself, what do I stand to benefit from a man who hits me? Like, there are so many people who are not even married and they still stay around. Do you get? And I'm wondering, what do you stand to benefit from someone who treats you like a goat or like an animal that do not value your existence? Like he's not even ashamed to do it anywhere, whether in the public, whether wherever, he can openly disgrace you and still go and deal with you. And this same guy tomorrow will apologize. And for you as a lady, you'll be like, okay, he has apologized and we'll continue from there. Now, I've seen cases where a lady got married to this same individual who almost chased her with it. Not almost, actually chased her with a machete before, I think a day before their wedding. 8 months after, he killed her, even with pregnancy. So at this point, I want to feel sorry for the lady, but something in me will always feel angry. Why? Because for me, she did not like her life. Why would you be in such relationship and you know you are going to die and you are still there? I don't know why you are there. Nebo said something. He said his wife gave birth to 2 kids and he knows that he owes her a whole lot because it's not an easy thing. These are men who understand the experiences women have just to bring humans to this world. And do you know the biggest part of it? The part where she tries to take care of these children from infant breastfeeding and every other thing. Now, I had the opportunity to be very close with my niece when they were growing up, when they were very tender. Even if they are just 3 now, they're just 3 years old. But there was this time when my sister came around to visit, and I think the kids were around 6 or 7 months. Like, and she had twins. So I think one was staying with me in the room, but I went through hell those days. If I wake up in the morning, my eyes will be like someone who, you know, who fought. I don't know how to put it. Like the color of my eyes will be so red, like probably or I smoked or took something dangerous that affected me because I had to take care of the kids because these kids will not sleep. Like they literally will sleep for 1 seconds and the other seconds they are up and they're running their eyes, they want food. And you don't sometimes you don't even know what they want. Sometimes you are confused. You don't even know what they want and you're running, you're confused. And it's not really a joke. Then tomorrow a guy will tell you that I will not be among those, I will not be around for those things. I feel like I'll do my thing and go and blah blah blah. And as a lady, you'll be around and you're just gonna take it and you're just gonna be okay. So Nebro is saying something. Say they normally don't have any place to go. It can be fear of the unknown. My sister stayed with men like that because that was all they had ever known. When I was a kid, I stayed because I would not survive on my own. Wow. Nebro, that's for me, Nebro. I feel like my life is more important. It's not about where I can go. See, there was a time I was working somewhere and my agreement with them was because then I had not finished with school. I told them I was going to go to school, and anytime the opportunity comes out for me, I will leave. I might not give them a long notice, it might be short notice. And they were like, oh, they're fine. Yeah, that we are family here. What? I was like, oh, that's nice. And it got to a point after I've stayed so long. And could you imagine that they had to bring one paper, like some stuff they wrote there, an agreement that if I don't give them a prior notice, like 1 month notice before I leave anytime, I will not be paid. Now, I had to talk to them and I said, this was not the agreement. We talked and you said it's fine. And let me tell you something, guys. Now, while I was working with these people, because I was still young, for me, I felt like it was an experience. Now I was teaching in this school, I was taking KG classes. Now you know what KG classes means. It's toddler, like toddler, kids that barely can write, few of them that can talk. You need to say so many things for them to understand. And I had to ensure that they eat because the school's a small school that I just starting. You probably might not really understand because it's in Nigeria and probably this is how we operate here. Now it's a small school that I just started. So I was doing so many things. I was almost like a nanny there. I was more like when I come to my class, I clean it up, I do a lot of things. There was also a child that I was equally taking care of. As of then, when the parent brought that child was around 7 months. That child was 7 months. So you can imagine that child stayed with me till almost that child was 1 year. Now I took care of that child to the point where if that child does not see me in the school when I have not come, the child will not let anybody touch her until I'm there. So I was so close to my kids to the point when this thing happened, but I have to go because I spoke with my family and they told me that because if the admission or probably the form sales comes out, how do I go and apply if the school cannot let me do what I want to do based on what I've told them before I started? So I had to let go, I had to resign, I had to leave because it was not okay for me. Could you believe that I cried? Could you believe that it really pained me? I went home and was crying. I really felt it because for me, I missed the kids, not even the proprietor or the proprietors. I didn't miss them because for me, they killed the trust I had for them. So when I went home, I was crying. I really missed them a whole lot because the connection I had with those kids was awesome. Now, guess what? What happened, there, bro? I think after that day, the next day, I went online to check to see if they've started the sale of the form for the school I wanted to apply for. And I got to realize that I have only 2 days to register. You can imagine if I never left there, if I was still there, I would never have known that they are still that form they've started to sell it and it's almost over. So at the point where I saw it, immediately I had to go and register and everything was okay. Then I knew that God wanted something. God used that so that I cannot miss my opportunity. Because at that point, that same year, I got admission, and today I'm done. Now I still see the same people, and I know their school where it is, and it's not like it has grown to the point where they have millions of students or hundreds of students. They just have very still few students, and you could see that if I had stayed back, I would have missed that opportunity. So for me, Nebro, in a place where somebody is violent, somebody is brutal, somebody is like that, I feel like there's no need for you to stay. If you don't go, you will not see help. Help only comes when you leave. If you don't let go of so many things, you can never ever feel like you get help outside. There are so many opportunities we have lost, and we always thought that we'll never get better. But let me tell you the truth. The point where after months you're looking back, you're like, oh, thank God I made that decision. Because imagine you did not make it. Because why I'm saying this is because so many cases in Nigeria where a lady where I think she had 4 or 5 kids with this man, and eventually she died. What happened? I think there was an issue or whatever, but this guy, but this guy, but this guy, you know how some men can be. What he did was he beat her up here and he got fuel, poured on her, and set her on fire. Now, one thing really got me emotional when I saw that video. The woman said something, and this is in a native language, and it really touched me because coming from her, that word means if she had known, like that word means so many things. It's a word that just said a thing, but it means so many things. It's like she said something like EJD, the journey of husband. Now it will tell you that this is where I've put myself in the name of I am married. And now look at where it has gotten me. They took her to the hospital and she did not make it. She died. Now see where she found herself. She's dead. Who is taking care of her 5 kids? The other day during the court, I heard the man was crying that it was the devil and stuff like that. He is alive. And there are other cases you have seen in Nigeria. A man killed his wife, she was pregnant, and he pounced on her and she died. See, these are men that will not stop until they finish her up. If they have been possessed by whatever possesses them, they should not come with, they will not do that with me. That is what I will never stand. I really see, until we start to love ourselves, you will never understand the need for you to stay alive. You have a purpose and plan. There's a reason why you were created. So why would you post your life for one individual to manhandle you, to beat the hell out of you, to make you feel like you're not special? There are things I do not have, but I don't feel pressured. You know why? Because I feel that the time will come when I will get those things. Now, so many ladies are in a toxic relationship and they are beating the hell out of them. Do you know why they are still there? Because they know what they are getting, because of the money. You are getting those things, luxury things, and you are not having peace of mind. Which is better? Nobody will ever know where I'm coming from if I don't tell you. Like, I don't put it out there to make people see, oh, she's coming from. No, 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 I don't do that. That is what people, the point where you start to appreciate yourself, you will not let anybody manhandle you or beat the hell out of you. And tomorrow he comes to apologize and say, I'm sorry. And he repeats that over and over. Even in a marriage where somebody slaps, your husband slaps you, it's a problem. Because at that point you're married and you cannot leave. But I know that those kind of mistakes already happen in relationship. And the lady knows that this is how the guy is. But she stayed and she ignored the warning signal and she decided not to go. But there are some other individuals that can want to work on themselves and they'll become better and they will never do that. So why would I want to stay in such a relationship for a guy to treat me like an animal in the name of love? It doesn't work like that. Nobody loves an individual and make you feel less of yourself. Okay, now you said something. You said you sound very brave and I didn't trust God. Oh, thank you so much. No, the reality is, life in one, see, the truth is this, the family where you're coming from matters a whole lot. That's what even boosts your braveness. Because imagine I was coming from a home where, my dad was beating my mom. I probably would not ever want to be in a relationship. I've seen so many individuals who would never ever want to be in a relationship or be scared to be around people. Why? Because they always think that if I in a relationship, he will do the same thing he did, my dad did to my mom. Now I've always seen the society and I've always taught myself to be brave. You know why? I feel like it will help me. And that is what has kept me going. Now, understand you say as a child, you did not trust in God as a child. And that's another opportunity as a child, what I got. That's the biggest thing for me. See, I recently was discussing with my mom. I told her, I just remembered ever since I was young, I always have this urge to always want to know God the more. Like this closure to know God, like that's never ended in my life. The fact that the years where I was waiting to get admission and every other thing, I know there was some certain delays. Then the point where I got admission into the university, and I got to realize that it was for a reason. Because that was when I met my spiritual father, and it really helped me a whole lot. And it took me from here to here. Like my level of spirituality, like how if it happened that I was in school before that time, I probably feel like I will never meet him. So everything happens for a reason. And it's important, Nebro, that now you understand the importance of having God early. If you could do that, pass it down to your kids. Because tomorrow I'll be coming on live to tell you some other things, something I saw today. Because it's really important we know these things, because so many times people make this mistake of not. I understand the world where we live in, not everybody really understand. I've accepted Jesus as a Lord and personal Savior. But the point where you do not know him and you want to know him, you can know him. But if you raise your kids in the way of the world, it's going to reflect and it's going to show, and the world and it's going to be there. So you will not. The whole thing you're going to be seeing is, and when these kids grow up, they're going to take something as normal. They're going to take something as, oh, it's the norms, and it's fine. Just like you said, somebody told you to lie, and say you're gay so that her roommate will see her as lesbian. So imagine that you did not have a sense of reason, or you are not smart, or you're someone who dictates such dishonesty or lies. You would have agreed to it and just play along, which is really crazy for someone who, is looking for someone to settle down with. It's really crazy. Very fantastic. Very lovely, Nebro. You're doing a nice job, and I really, really like the kind of human being that you are. And I hope so many men will look and see the kind of lifestyle and try to emulate this kind of life, because that's the perfect way to raise kids. Because the kind of world where we are living in, I feel like I'm scared. What I'm seeing now in the life of kids, like I'm scared. Just today I saw something and it got me thinking, and I said, we have so many kids that are having Christian names but were raised by carnal parents. Now you see what their parents are doing. That's why you see the kids, even if they are bearing names that sound like Jesus Christ, but they are not reflecting that Jesus Christ. They are opposite of what the name is. You get, you see parents who their children, they give their kids so good and perfect name from the Bible, but they do not teach anything that sound like the word. Rather, they are more like, let's raise them. And I saw something today on X. Was it on X? And I was marveled. You see, parents, we need to be careful. Though I'm not a parent, but a parent needs to be careful, because one of the things I used to say every time on X, I always come on live on Facebook, and there is this topic I always have interest in, is raising sound kids. You get, because the point where a child that is 6 and 7 years have an experience of sex, I feel like that child will never ever go back to becoming a child. Because there was this case of two kids, a young boy and a young girl, 6 and 7. Now I don't know the one that is 6 and 7, but both of them, that's the age range. Now they had sex. Now the person that watched the video said when she saw this video that it's like these children did it like a professional. Like for them, it was more like a movie. Like it was more like a porn movie. Now imagine at that age, 6 and 7. Like when I heard that from someone, I was scared, because for me, I feel like the parents have lost their kids. Whatever you're gonna do, if the grace of God does not touch those kids, I feel like you just have to wait for whatever those kids are going to be by 12. Just wait for their growth and see the worst they will do. Else, if you don't take them back to the church to groom them, to give them a better foundation, you will lose them forever. That is what I know, and that is how it should be. And that is what people do not understand. They think it's all about, just having kids and doing things. Parents are raising kids, but no foundation. And that's the whole thing that's endangering the life of people. And there are equally so many other things. Like I said, I think I have one. I say, mm, I'm trying to look for something that a guy said. It's too yeah. Okay. Now, one of the red flag a lady saw in a guy that made her run away. The guy said he has 75 sexual partners. Like when some guys are bold, you be wondering where their boldness is coming from. There are things in time past where we used to be shy of saying, or some things we are shying away from, like we don't want to say it. Why? So that people will not feel that we are the worst people on earth. But these days, people come out to say things and say it like, oh, what you're saying does is say norms, it's not a big deal, and you yourself, you are shocked and you're wondering, who are these individuals? Why are they saying that? And that scares me a whole lot. The fact that someone is talking to a lady and he wants to, ask her out, and he's telling her, I have 75 sexual partner. So he's trying to say that he's gonna add her to the 75. So she's going to be number 76 sexual partner. And it means it will not stop with her. It's going to go on and on. So that's a dangerous red flag. People like that can never stop cheating. It's a red flag for it to know a guy that cheats, to know a guy that flirts, to know a guy that probably if you have somebody around that is helping you at home, he might even cheat with that. He might sleep with such individual if that kind of person is in your house and the person is loose. Such individuals can equally sleep with with his own daughter and not mind because they are so bold and they make it look like they have not committed an offense. So you need to run from such individuals because if they do not change, they will keep being the same individuals. Now, I have some things from some guys who said, as a guy, these are the red flag they saw in in a lady, and for them it's a red flag. But this one is awkward. Now, a guy realized that the woman he was going out with is any more than him and he left the relationship. Now it's fine because in most cases, if you're not comfortable because you might not be real, you might not be original if you're around, you always be feeling how do I put it, pressured, or you'll be feeling so small because and you'll never be a perfect person match for that woman because for you she's any more than you and you are feeling so not you. You're feeling like I don't know how to put it, the word inferior or something. You're feeling like you are not there yet. So for you, even if you speak like a man and do every other thing like a man, she earns more than you. And for you, you just feel like it's not a thing for you. And for me, I feel like those guys, they might actually be doing the right thing because I feel like so many times some guys that might stay back will just be around there to eat or squander her money or just be around her to sleep with her and every other thing because she has money. But for those guys that left, for them, they feel like I want to be top of my game. I want to be the head. Just like the Bible says. And it's not like it's a bad thing to even marry a woman who earns more than you know, it's not bad. But if you think it's not going to be okay with you, there's something there are level of something that makes you comfortable. And if this does not make you comfortable, what you do is you walk away so that you don't make the other person feel like she's putting in her best and this person is not really doing what is expected of him. And relationship like that cannot really last. They cannot really last. Now, another thing somebody said is he left the relationship because the love was not reciprocated, which is okay. A guy leaving a relationship because sorry, a guy leaving a relationship because the lady is not in return, you know, it's more like you are putting your effort to try to show love and care for her, and she's not really giving back the energy that you want. As a guy, you just feel like, okay, I feel like I'm not needed here. I need to walk away. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's actually a nice one because I feel like most times some ladies who just want to be around and so like just play along, but don't really like you. You send a message for them, they are interested, they tell you, "Oh, yes, let's start something." But you send a message and the replies, the energy and every other thing. Okay, before you leave Neburo, don't forget, have you clicked on the like button? Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? No problem. I do. Thank you for joining in on my live today. I do appreciate. Don't forget to click on the like button before you go. Don't forget to click. Okay, thank you so much, Nebro. It's nice to have you today. Hope to see you tomorrow for another live. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in on my live. Thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate. Have a nice day in the US. Thank you so much. Never, no problem. See you tomorrow. I'll have a fantastic day. You too have a lovely day. So, like I said, guys, if you're just joining in on my live, don't forget to click on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to join in on the conversation. We still have a few minutes before I call it a day today. Guys, it has been really exciting with so many individuals who came on my live and joined in. I have Neboro Friedlandla, I had a Vivek, I have Ashraf, I had I can't really remember Ashraf, Vivek, yes, I've mentioned that. Ashraf, yes. I had Joan Atiposto. I know I've been murdering that name, but it's all fine. Yeah, so those are the people that join in on my life. So if you join in on my life, please tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from, and don't forget to click on the like button. We have been talking about signs, red flags you see in a guy that makes you know it's over, and the red flag you see in a lady that makes you say, "Oh, it's over. You cannot continue in this relationship." So tell me, we have less than 5 minutes to call it a day today. This has been really awesome sharing you some of the reasons some ladies left relationship because of the kind of things some guys did. And I started by saying how a guy said, if the lady gives birth to CS, he will, if they eventually get married and the lady gives birth to CS, he will cheat on her and he will never touch her. And we talked about that. And there are equally other ones that a guy, a guy left relationship because the lady is actually richer or probably financially, higher than him. And for him, it's not comfortable and he had to leave. And for Nebro, who joined in, said for him, probably before he got married, it was a relationship where a girl said, no, he said he did not really appreciate lady that are dishonest. And he went for her to say lies. When the lady had to make him lie, actually, he did not do that, but he find that really awkward. The lady, made him want to lie, told him to say he's gay so that her lesbian roommate can let her stay. You understand what that means? So for him, he doesn't really appreciate that. Though we discussed so many things that led to that and that and that, and there are equally other things we discussed when a guy said, a lady should not behave like a baby. She's not the only one that's going through menstrual cycle or what have you, because the lady has pain, and for him, he feels that that's not a big deal and stuff like that. We've already talked about men who do not really understand that when they ever get married, that their lady or their woman is going to transform from the point where you marry her to the point where she's pregnant to the point where she gives birth and like that. So she's definitely going to change. So as a man, if you're looking at your wife and saying, hope you're going to still maintain your body like this till well, even after birth. So I'm wondering, what do you mean by even after birth? Like, if you want her to still maintain her body, you can help her go through that processes. But mind you, a woman needs to eat or a woman needs to feed and breastfeed. So she's eating so that it will not look like she's going through hell even after giving birth. So, but as a man, you need to ensure that you're taking care of her because there's so many people that need help in those processes. So if you don't help them, they can't help themselves. Unlike myself, I know when I just feel like, okay, let me watch my weight, let me cut on my meals, even if work cannot make me go to the gym, let me cut my meals and watch my weight. There are people who do not understand these things, and eventually they will still, suffer it. So as the man, you have to know that in marriage, these are the things you will do, accepting the woman that you are married. And eventually, a guy said if his woman gives birth to CS, he will cheat and stuff like that. It's really crazy what so many men can think and so many women could do. There are women who will leave relationship because the guy is not financially stable. And it's really crazy. Now, it's true that sometimes money keeps love or something like that. But there are levels to what some women can do. Some women most times calculate what a man makes. And that's really crazy, guys. And we went on and on and on like that, guys. And it has been really a wholesome day today. And I really had wonderful day with you guys. Thank you, Nebro Friedland for joining in on my live. Thank you, Vivi, for joining in on my live. If you're just joining, don't forget to click on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, Vivi, Ashraf, Aspasatu. Thank you, guys. Hope to see you tomorrow for another edition of my live. Have a blast. Love you guys. Remember, it's your favorite baby girl, Sarah Fidelis. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, and share. And follow me on Facebook, Sarah Fidelis. Bye bye, guys.